Good crafternoon, everyone, and it's so awesome to have your company. It is, look at that, just after 3 o'clock here in the UK. I have literally had a whole crafty day of awesomeness, and stay with me, I'll tell you all about it. But everything I've got now for you for the next couple of hours is basically a total sneak peek of my I don't want to say my two favourite products, all right. Two of my total awesomeness products that we've got on HSN next week. So for those of you that don't know, what rock have you been hiding under? I am flying out to HSN on Sunday. So me and the team, we're on a 6 o'clock flight early Sunday morning. We should be over stateside, your side of the pond, on Sunday night. I'm going to be all day Monday, busy bees in the studio setting up, and of course I'll do loads of behind the scenes stuff for you. But the great news is they've given me that sneaky hour at 11 o'clock on the Monday night. So the craft event doesn't officially start till midnight on, essentially through the night, Monday, Tuesday. So the 6th of March, right? 5th of March. 5th of March. So we run all day Tuesday, but I've got that sneaky preview hour at 11 o'clock, which you are going to see some of this awesome stuff I've got to show you in that hour. And we'll be running right throughout the day. So I'm doing the preview hour at 11. I'm on the next morning at 7 a.m. I think I've got 10 a.m, 2 o'clock. I've got a fantastic evening with Adam Freeman. So 6 and 7, I'm going to be up with Adam Freeman. I've got something in the 11 o'clock. Look, just know I'm going to be there all day. There's going to be loads of awesome stuff. But this Facebook Live is all about previewing two of my big products on the day. All right, I'm just going to give everyone a chance to get on. And let's see who we've got watching us. By the way, I've got more demos than I've ever had planned for Facebook Live. So you keep leaving me all of your comments, because as I make the demos, I'm going to pick winners. So we're going to be getting winners throughout this whole live event. So, oh, Shannon's watching, my friend Shannon. This is one of our Oliver's little best friend's mums. Hey, Shannon. She's thinking, how do I know she's watching me? I know everything. I know everyone who's watching. Right, we've got Peggy in from Missouri. We've got Meg from Kent, Ohio. We've got Sandy from North Carolina. People from San Diego. RJ Avery's in. Hello, RJ. Virginia, Tulsa. June just says, oh boy. June, oh boy indeed, when you see what I've got for you this hour. Michigan, Debbie says she loves all my stuff. What I have to tell you guys is, obviously, I can't preview everything we've got coming up on the whole show. However, my team are busy working pretty much around the clock at the moment, because we have got one of our fantastic Turny Pages booklets coming up. So the team are just putting the finishing touches. They're going to take a lot of the video content of the projects I teach you live right here, right now. They're going to get zoomed into that booklet as well. That booklet we're going to aim to have live for you in the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, if you don't already get emailed the link for our HSN preview booklet, what you need to do, I'm going to put a little link on the bottom of the screen, and this is where you need to go to pop your email address on. I know it looks like a lot of letters, you'll see in a second when it comes up. Don't worry, I've actually got them to type, it looks like a lot of letters, A dot whatever it is, but the link straight underneath. So if you go into the live, you'll see all the comments. In fact, have they put it up yet? No, they should be putting it up any minute though. They'll put that link, so you can click through on that link, pop me your email address in, and then as soon as that booklet is live, we will email you, so that basically you can, at your leisure, have a flick through every product, watch the video tutorials, see the finished samples, find out about order ships that we've got, extra available products, things that are coming back in stock. That will all be in that booklet, right? But enough of me chit-chatting and telling you what we're going to be doing. I figured it's about time we just get on and do it, right? The first product I am super excited to show you. I'm just going to pop you guys over there for a little bit. I'll come back to you in a few minutes, right? The first product I'm super excited to show you are what I call the monogram foiling. So, for example, if you want to do projects like this, oh, actually, this is the one that I'm going to show you. Can you see how I've got my initial on the front? You can probably see it a little bit better on the dark colour there. If you want to do monogram foiling onto fabric, if you want to do your own alphabet foiling onto your own little, look at this, this is a fabulous little organza bag, and actually, this is full of some amazing, are you ready for these? Absolutely gorgeous foiled felt coasters. I mean, is that not just one of the most amazing projects, okay? And you can of course personalize these for everyone you're making them for. Actually, I've just realized H2O, gin, yeah. So that's not my friend Alf Lawrence Egbert, is it not? No. I think that's really cute. Who's made these? This is fabulous. Jess Mayer. Jess, these are incredible. One of the other projects I'm going to be showing you is actually this one here. And it's just, so it's all about having the outside frames, okay? I'm going to show you them. So these are our foiling dies. So you're going to be able to foil the outside frames, and then we're doing the whole alphabet so that you can personalize with your own letters. So in this case, I'm going to do it Nick and Joanne. For Nick and Joanne for a lovely anniversary card. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Or what about doing your own little, look at these, just onto little bits of faux leather, making your own wedding presents. I mean, obviously, you're going to, because you can foil, you can of course be foiling onto acetate. I mean, that is just incredible on acetate there. You can be foiling onto felt, making your own little key charms. Or I've just got the most amazing card. I've got a ton of them to show you. What I'm going to do, I'm going to be a bit cheeky. So I'm going to show you a few. Then I'm going to do my demo, then I'm going to show you a few more, then I'm going to demo a bit more, and don't forget we'll be picking winners to send cards to. So what I really want to know is what you all think of this, right? What is it? What do you love about it? Let's say, Sherry's saying she loves it. Jean's saying absolutely loves these. Sarah, can you please go over the sandwich when using the Gemini and hot press foiling? I will absolutely cover all that in the demonstration. Judy says, that's me and my husband. My word, Judy. You just know now Judy's going to be commenting every other sentence in the hope that this is the card she wins when I make it. Good luck, Judy. That would be awesome. Right. Everyone's loving these. Sissy says she'll have the gin one, right? She'll say, how precious. Right. So, if you've got any questions as well, the team are on hand answering the questions. I'm going to try and answer as many of them live as I can as well. So, let's get that over there. Couple of samples. Let's have a look. I'm going to ration myself to one small handful. Look at these. Oh, look at this, right? This is foiled, and it's a little bit hard for the camera to pick it up. That is that foiling onto our glitter card. I mean, honestly, it looks great on your screen. Wait till you see it in real life. These are mine. This is for me. ST. I just think it looks totally classy. And you know, monogramming is like one of the hottest trends, period. Just go on Etsy and Pinterest, you'll see personalization is literally everywhere. So whether you want to personalize with numbers, whether you want to do, look at this, Mr. and Mrs. Isn't that lovely? Right, so I'll just show you exactly what it is you get in the kit, right, before I start on my demo. I'm going to be really organised. Let's pop this over here to save the battery a little while. We'll pop that in there. We'll pop you there. Right, because there's three options, okay? So, is this my... Oh, I've pinched you out. Pinched you out of there. You're in there. Right, this is the first set. Right, so what I've done... I want to make sure I've got the right ones together, right? In the set... I've put two of the outer frames and two quite different ones. So for example, this first set here, you've got that beautiful frame with the with the leaves going round, and then you've also got the really modern element frame in there as well. And then with that, you get the classical alphabet here. Now, it's not just the alphabet, because we've given you the alphabet, we've given you the spaces so that you can get them spaced up beautifully, and we've also given you all the numbers to go in there as well. So that's the first option, right? So that's, you're going to get the like the slightly swirled alphabet. What have we officially called it? Modern script. Let's give it the proper name. The modern script comes with the laurel wreath and the geometric frame, right? Now, your second option, you are going to be getting the traditional script, right? Oh, I hope I haven't got them mixed up. This traditional script might be in this first one. Either way, when you get your booklet tomorrow, you'll be able to have a look. Now, that is going to come, I love this one, with the grande frame, right? Which is that really classic, elegant one. And then also the larger frame in this set you get is the elegance. So I've tried to always give you a larger one and a smaller one to mix in with. And then the last set option that you've got, right, is you are going to get, no, I think I've got these in the right order, right? You've got the classic alphabet, and the classic alphabet is going to come in there with that beautiful dotty one. Right, I want to know which one's your favourite. This is officially called confetti explosion, right? I want to know which of these three of your favourite. Confetti explosion and the classic plaque. So I have a feeling that one's going to come out top, but we will see. Let me know which one you like of the three the best, right? Now, as I've been chatting away, what I should have done is had my foil press machine on to warm up, right? Because the first time you use it, and I had this on about half an hour ago, so it's still a little bit warm, but the first time you use it, it's going to take a couple of minutes to warm up. But while we're getting it warmed up, do you know what? We can have a good look at the cards we're going to make and get everything else ready. So what I've done is, because we wanted to show off the monogram, I've made a really super simple card. So we've got the monogram on the inside, and then we're going to have the monogram around the outside as well, right? So what I've done is, I've just taken a basic card. So this is around, I think it's about a 6 by 7 inch card, right? And can you see what I've done is, I've just cut off the front panel of the card, okay? And then just using some beautiful cardstock, I've just done a bit of matting and layering, and we're going to mat this onto, let's just get that wound on a little bit. Don't you hate it when your tape pen does that? So I'm just going to get this wound through and do 4 sides, and we're going to pop that on the inside. Beautiful paper, this one, right? And then on the front, I've just done a smaller piece in exactly the same way, and we're just going to mount this onto the front. And then for my actual card, I've actually just die cut a couple of circles to kind of get us going. So what I did was, I've just die cut the green circle, and I've backed it onto a little bit of white here, just to make it that little bit stronger. So we've got the green circle on the white, and then I've die cut just a circle of the green. And what I've done is, I don't know if you can see that there, can you see it looks a little bit more aged around the outside? I've just gone around the outside with my ink tool, just to give it a little bit more of a feel. So this is what we're going to monogram foil onto, okay? So while we've got the monogram foiling, I thought I would use this foil. So this is, it's like holographic kind of effect. And just to make life simple, I've also die cut a circle out of that, just so that it's easier for me when I'm showing you. So we're going to start off, the first one we're going to do is we're going to use the large outer piece, right? And we're going to use this and pop the S in. So I'm doing a card for Sarah. What I should have done is probably picked a winner before we made it, shouldn't I? And then I could have monogram foiled it just for you. Should we do that? Should we do that? Should we foil it just for you? Right. So before we've even made the card, we can have a look at exactly who we are going to make the card for. So, right, put you on, get the comments on the side, right? So I like to do it really officially, so you can have a look down here, right? So can you see, I'm going to go flick through here, stop here, right? Who's this here? Jean Long, and it's Wifey M typing. Hi Sarah, our computer is kind of working now. Oh, well, I'm pleased to hear that, Jean. So, right, so am I making the card for Jean, or am I making the card for Wifey? Now, there's the question. I'm going to make the card for Jean. So we need a G. Oh, did you hear the beep? We're ready to go, right? So I need the G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? So you take out the G. So here's how the whole thing works, okay? We just want G, so you put G in the middle, right? If we wanted Jean and, oh, I wish I knew what it was. And do you know what, we chat all the time on Facebook, don't we? Let's imagine I was going to do it for the N and J, right? What you would do if you had G and F, we would basically have the G and the F in there, and you see the little gap that you've got in the middle. You then use the spaces. You'd either use the large spacer, can you see? Or if you just need this little small spacer, you've got the smaller spacers in here as well. So I'm going to just do this for G, so we're just going to put the G in the middle. And here's a good little tip. Keep all your alphabet organised still on your foil press. So I'm going to put the spaces in, so that we have the 2 spacings and just the G ready to go. So this is exactly what we're going to foil, right? So if I get my foil press plate in, and I'm going to bring it over here so that the overhead camera can pick up on it, right? Now, for those of you that aren't sure about the foil press, remember in the instruction booklet, it's got all the different sizes and the different times, right? And what I'm going to do is, I'll just show you this here, I'm going to go and use we're just going to do it under paper, so we just need the top one, and we're doing it, it's a low temperature foil, and we only need 10 seconds because it's only small. So what we do is we program 10 seconds on here, so you get that up to the 10. we get what we want to foil, right? We pop it in the center and press the start button. So that's now counting down our 10 seconds, right? Now, can't find where I've put the foil, right? Now, if you think about it, the foil, we want to go, you put face down with the pretty colour, right? So what the prettiness is, because actually you're not seeing that, that's just the, that is just the carrier sheet, right? So we put that face down. We're going to put our other circle face down. You need the top plate on there. So that's the sandwich that we need. And when we open that up, you just send it through. Now, it's not that hot. So did you see I just used it with my fingers? However, if you aren't a fingers type of person, you can always use just your little finger grips like this. Feel a million miles away from me, Gemini, right? So when you leave this here, moment of truth, moment of truth. When we peel this up, oh, Jean, I've knocked it, but you know what? Looks really good. I'm not far off there. To say we're live on Facebook, hang on, you can't see because of me. Look at that, right? Now, if you look, the one I'd already done, if you want an S in it. When I was practicing, I didn't quite get it in the centre either. But you know what's a lot easier to do? It's just I didn't really have time to have all my bits here ready. Is actually to do your foiling first and your die cutting afterwards. So, but do you know what? You're going to get a Sara Davies original, and it's not very often my originals are perfect. So, did you see I just moved that over away from there, and I'm going to put my other little foil pieces off. Do you want me to do that in front of the camera so you can all see what I did there, right? So, to pick it up, you've got these tweezers, you basically nip them together, and this has got a magnet on. Can you see? So you're going to squeeze them together, and the magnet picks it up, and then when you're ready to put it down, you literally open up the tweezers and it drops it. So I can do the same with my little pieces. Oh, there they are. It's a pretty strong magnet. So all I'm going to do is pick them up. They're connected now, and then when we take them off, you just undo them and that'll drop them, okay? So that's how your magnets are going to work. Now they've cooled down enough that I'm going to put them straight back on there because I know what I'm like, and I definitely don't want to lose them. I'm going to pop them on the side. So there's my alphabet, right? So we've got our G, and what we're going to do is, again, just a little bit of tape running all the way around the outside, and that's going to go into the centre. And then that I'm going to place on the front. Now bear in mind, I only want a little bit of glue on the bottom half here. So we're going to place our glue down there. And then just to really finish that off, I've got a couple of little swirls. Do you know what I could have done with my dotty tape pen, couldn't I? Have you seen them fab new dotty tape pens we've got? I don't know where I've put mine. Oh, is this it here? No, it's not. It's a normal one. I'm going to find myself. Someone's running out to find me a lovely dotty tape pen so that I can show you how we use the dotty tape pen to stick these bits down. Right. While I'm doing that, let me get a little bit of my 3D glue gel. Oh, so there's a magic hand. It's going to just appear from nowhere. And in comes the dotty tape. Can you see when I say dotty? Can you see the difference? This is our normal tape pen. This is our dotty tape pen. Right. Now the dotty tape pen is when you have something like this, right, and you only want to get glue on the dots, on the bits sticking up. So what I'm going to do is you can go all over it with the dotty tape pen, right, and then if I get the close-up camera and just show you really up close, and I hold that right up to the camera, can you see that it's only actually got glue on those little bits sticking up? So when you turn it over, you don't get any of those glue bits kind of coming out, right? So if I've got my glue just where I want it, I thought that was revolutionary that when we did them. I couldn't believe it. This is going to come off now, it's going to fall off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the dotty tape pen all over, and then you just get extra bits on your mat, which you can obviously rub away. And let's have a look, we need that not going over the jean there, right? And then just a little swirl, I'm going to pop this on the outside, right? So that's going to go on there. So that is our outside done. And then do you want me to show you that foiling again? So let's pop it back in to warm up. Let's get the other foiling piece. So I'm going to get the trendy one this time, right? I say trendy, what's it officially called? Geometric frame. But it's like the trendy modern shape. I like to think of them as the traditional shapes and then the trendy modern shapes, right? So this time we're going to put in the words for joy. So we've got, and bear in mind you want to be putting them on back to front, right? J, O, and then you want the Y at the end, right? So you've got joy. but really important, you want to be putting them back to front as it is. So we've got the words for joy. As soon as that's heated up, we're going to be ready to go, and we're going to foil this time onto just a little bit of the green card, and again I'm going to use that holographic. Now that holographic, again, every time you're doing it face down. So I think we're pretty much warm over here, right? I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to pop it in the centre, right? In the centre, and we're going to start off on the 10 seconds again. So while we're getting our 10 seconds ready, I can, if I want, be lining up those two pieces of the foil. So the two pieces of the foil are ready to go flat on there, ready to go. There's my beep, we're ready to go. We're going to pop it down on there, and then all you're doing is you're also popping the carbon fibre top plate. So whoever it was that was asking about the sandwich, okay, you've got the base plate, and then you just need the carbon fibre top plate. It's really easy, the sandwich, when you're just doing a foil. It's when you start wanting to use the cut and foil dies and cut and foil at the same time that you need to add in your extra plates, okay? So when we're just doing a die, I'm going to pop that on there, and then when I lift this off, again I'll go for the nice up close reveal there. You can see we've got that beautiful joy. Now that is me doing this upside down, back to front, live on Facebook, right? Imagine when you get this home and you're doing this just at home, you're going to, honestly, a couple of practices and you're going to get it perfect every time. And then all we need to do is literally cut around the outside, and I know you're going to be envious of my gorgeous purple scissors, and I know some of you have seen Leanne using these when she's been previewing her Facebook Lives. I tell you now, they will be the sharpest scissors you have had the pleasure of working with. I've had them under the craft desk for the last couple of months, not being allowed to have them out because we haven't had them available, not daring talk about them, and they officially launched last week, about a week ago. So we've now got our amazing scissors available on the website, okay? So he's just going all around the outside of there. So I am sure, Jean, this card is going to bring you much joy. So we will get, with our non-dotty, we'll just use the regular tape pen this time, and we're going to stick a little bit of that tape and get that perfectly positioned on the inside. And there's that beautiful joy. Isn't that a lovely card? Just nice and simple, made for Jean. You can just see that beautiful foiling finish on the top there. And if I turn that round, this is what we are going to be sending you. So all I need you to do is email prizes@crafterscompanion.com. Right, prizes@crafterscompanion.com with your address, and we'll get this one sent out to you. Right, now I'm going to just have a little bit read, see what everyone's making of these. We'll leave that one there, and while I'm going, I will do the same again. Well, I know, because I won't know both of your initials. I think we're just going to do an N and J card for the next one, and you can have N and J. Let's hope it's the lady who said that those were her initials. Right, what's everyone saying? Beautiful. Claudette's saying hi from New York City. Ronnie Lee is saying, can these be used without the foil press? No, you need that. I should be taking this off to let these dry. Let them cool down, as it was. No, you need the foil press machine, because obviously it's a hot foil application. So if you've got other foil press machines and not the Crafter's Companion one, you could use them on that, but you do need the hot foil base plate going through your Gemini. But I know that thousands and thousands of you got your foil press when we launched it just a few months ago, and if you were one of them, this is an absolute must-have add-on to go with that. Gail's saying, love that, fast and simple, my kind of card. Gorgeous, so awesome. I've had the foil machine for a few months now, and it's so pretty sitting there. I can't even bring myself to use it. Stacey, get it out and let's have a go. You're going to get it out and have a go now, because you're going to want to be having a go before you get these delivered, before you see these on HSN next week. Ingrid, my friend Ingrid, who we were emailing earlier today, she says it's gorgeous. Helga loves the alphabet and the confetti explosion. That's the one I'm going to use next. Beautiful. A few people asking about the music at the Foilpress. Everyone's saying they love them. Loves the small foil monogram letters. Remember though, you don't have to use them both together all the time. So a lot of the projects I showed you, for example, this one here, which I thought was just fabulous, right? This one here is actually just done with drinks. So you don't have to just use the letters in conjunction with the monograms. You could be using them on their own. So the same with this beautiful one here, we do. Isn't that lovely? So you don't have to use them in the confetti, however, up the confetti or any of the base ones. So that one there on the acetate, I just think this is so clever. Should we have a look at a couple more of the projects and then I'll get ready and do another demo on this? Because for me, you can't beat seeing it live. That's what people love to do. And I've got all these samples to show you. And I know in these Facebook Lives, it's seeing the samples that everyone loves, okay? So they said, look at this. Now there's the difference between your really simple frame and your more ornate one. And actually, you're probably thinking, what's this frame? She hasn't shown me this. I forgot to mention, we actually have a set of 3 extra kind of plain frames. So if you're going for any one of the sets, you'll then have the alphabet and you can add on these 3 sets of plain. Once you've got an alphabet, you're pretty much set. And in each one of the sets, we've put different alphabets so that you could mix and match, right? So, because I know a lot of you will be going for the whole lot. So that's giving you kind of the different feels that you've got on there. I thought this was a lovely idea, this one here. Just using it on, you don't have to use it just on tags. They look lovely on the front of a piece here. Personalising for people's names or numbers. Remember, it's not just the names, you've got all of the numbers in there as well. So you can do these for specific birthday events if you just want to use them for birthdays. Obviously, you can only fit 3 letters inside the frames that we've given you. So the frames are all designed to do 1, 2 or 3 letters, but you can use the letters on their own. And look at the difference. There's your modern font, there's your more traditional font, okay? Actually, look there. Ooh, cheeky, they fit 4 letters in on that one. But this one here, another example of where we've used it and not had the frame, just used it to personalise the font. It's the alphabets that everyone's been asking us for. We were trying to get ready to launch with the Foilpress, but it took us a little while to actually work out the technology of getting them all mixed in together. This one's mine, SD. Should I let you into a little secret? People always ask me, have you got a middle name? I say I do, I have a middle name, but I dropped it when I got married. So my middle name is Anne. So you'll probably be able to guess why I dropped it when I got married. My maiden name was Johnson. So Sarah Ann Johnson, SAJ was absolutely fine. My husband thinks it's absolutely hilarious. So now when people ask for my initials, it's just SD. Is there a middle name? Not that we talk about, right? So actually I've just worked out how you could do this. If you foil it in 2 parts. So if you first of all foil the letters and then foil the frame separately around it, you don't have to worry about positioning the foiling pieces in there. So it just gives you a few other ideas. So come on, we've got time for another demonstration. I've actually got 2 sets of products to show you today. So what I'm going to be doing is, I'm doing all this with the beautiful foiling pieces. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to hide over in the corner and read a few of your comments on Facebook while the fairies come in and tidy up all the mess that I've made. Then I'll sit back down, we'll do it all again. Isn't that a good idea? I thought it was a great idea. So let's have a look. This can go in with my samples now to go over the show. All my samples got shipped yesterday. So was it yesterday or the day before? So either way, they've all gone over. So these last handful are going to be staying in the they're going to be staying in my hand luggage and coming over with me in hand luggage. So this is what we're going to do now. I'm going to just show you how to make an easel card. Now I'd love to know, did many of you get the beautiful nested shape dies? Now we had them on in the UK, they were on just yesterday on TV. Those of you watching over in the US are going to know that these were on HSN in January. Now they are perfect for doing little easel cards like this, and let me show you just exactly how it is I've done the easel card, okay? Because what I've done is I've used the we've got torn edge. So I've used the torn edge, and if you look at the card I've done, and I've already got the base card ready, right? What you do is you want to do a folded card. So you're going to get one piece of card, fold it in the center, and because you're cutting it with the Gemini, you're going to be able to cut through 2 layers at once. And all you do, can you see when you look up really close? Yeah, you can see on that one there, I've put that over the fold line. Because then what you do is you have a separate piece. So can you see that? That one's then folded in half. And then you have a separate piece that you stick on the front, and that's what forms the stand-up. So that is how we do an easel card. And those hexagon dies are just perfect to be doing easel cards with. Now what I've done is, I've done the base easel card, and then if I get a little bit of my coral glue, I've then used just a piece of the, I love these papers. And again, I've done the same as I did last time. So I've taken the purple and then just inked around the outside. Now I know I'm not getting a chance to show you all of this. And some of you will be thinking, I'm dying to know how you did all of that. And the thing is, I wanted to get through as many demonstrations as I could using, oh crikey, let's have a look. We're going to have to line this up perfectly. Is that bit down there? Oh, give me a second till I get this right bit. I can't talk and think. There it is. So yes, obviously the priority today was to teach you all about the foil press. So most of my demonstrations and everything are all focused on showing you, let's have a look, I'm just going to lift that up and just trim along the top, are all about showing you how to use the foil press machine. So I'm not focused on things like the inking, right? However, we can absolutely do more lives. If more of you want to know things like how to create base easel cards, stuff like that, we can absolutely be doing all of that. Also, I know a lot of you watched, did you watch Craig's Facebook Live the other night? Craig actually lives about 5 hours away from the office, so he was up in Bonnie, Scotland, which is why he's got that lovely little twang to his accent, bless him. And you thought my accent was special, you see. He's even broader than I am, is Craig. So yes, Craig's up in Scotland, so from home, because he always, obviously he's not down at the office all the time, so when he's down at the office you'll see him here, but when he's up at home he's agreed to do loads more Facebook Lives with whatever other questions you guys have got, right? So I'm going to put that to one side because that is now our base card, kind of like ready, prepared, ready to do the decoration on, okay? So what I'm going to do, pop the foil press back in to start it warming up. Now, first of all, let me just show you, these are the dies in this set. And remember, each set, 3 different sets, in each one you get a set of the alphabets, and it's a different alphabet, and then 2 of the frames. So in this one, it's that really, it's the kind of classic alphabet, just your regular, like a standard typeface on there, right? And the 2 that you're getting that beautiful confetti die, which I just know, there's been a lot of love for the confetti die. And then also we've got the classic plaque in there as well. And it goes this way, so it's got that little space just so that you can line up all of your letters. So you get those 2 there, come with the classic alphabet. I will just remind you, so the other ones that we saw, let me just get all my bits put back together so we don't lose them. So we've got J-O-Y, because I did joy, didn't I? And you'll see all of these, what we do is, you see, we put tape on them so it holds them. So this is the modern script alphabet, and the modern script alphabet is going to be coming in with those 2 that you just saw me use in the last project. So it's coming in with the laurel wreath and also the geometric frame. So you can see those 2 there both come with that beautiful modern alphabet. So you've got all 3 of them there kind of working together. Then the third set, which is the only one I'm not going to get a chance to demonstrate for you, because I do want to cut onto my beautiful ornate edgeable dies next, where you're getting that real traditional script alphabet. So it's very much more scripty than the other ones. You've got one that's very modern, one that's very scripty, and one that's halfway in between. And that one is coming with that beautiful grande, which you saw in a lot of the finished samples, and then also with that elegant frame as well. So it's brilliant to mix and match kind of all of those in there. So if I put them to one side, we can get our foil and everything ready to go. So what I've done is, it's actually easy to do it the other way. It's actually easy to do all of your foiling and then die cut on top of the foil pieces. However, just for the purposes of being able to do kind of a more succinct demonstration and focus on the foiling, I've got my foiling pieces ready. So I'm going to foil onto, this is exactly the same shape, but can you see it's a lot smaller. So it's exactly the same shape as my base piece, and we're going to foil onto that, but it is a lot smaller. So what I've done is I'm going to get that, is this my set of dies over here? No, it was this one, these ones right over here, right? So we've got our confetti explosion, right? And I'm going to get my confetti explosion, which is well and truly stuck here, and we're going to do one with the ampersand in the middle. So you want your ampersand going right in the centre, and we're going to have N and J, right? It's just some random initials. So N and J, and you'll see how they kind of fit into place. There is that little bit of a gap. I'll move them out when we're on the close-up camera so you can see. Can you see there's just that little bit of a place left in for them? And then when you just drop them into place, they all sit in there beautifully, right? So when we've got them all lined up nicely, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to pop it on the base of our foil press. And I'm going to pop that on to warm up for 10 seconds. And then I've got my hexagonal piece of cardstock again. Always go face down, right? So I've got that ready, lined up on there. We're going to try and pop that over the centre. Now, can you see we're going to get a little bit of overfoiling? So when we get a little bit of overfoiling, what I want to do is just protect my base plate. I'll have to do it with a piece of fancy card because I haven't got any regular card. We'll just do it onto the back of there. And it's just so that I don't get extra foiling where I don't want it on my top plate. Now notice what I'm being really careful to do, which is really important with the foil press. I am not leaving it longer than the 10 seconds. So no faffing about. If it says 10 seconds, get everything ready to go. Don't put your die on the hot foil plate until you know that whatever else it is you need to do, you can get done in 10 seconds. Because the biggest mistake that people make is overfoiling, right? So people are thinking, all right, I'll just warm it up a little bit longer. You don't want to warm it up any longer at all, right? Now, can you see this? I peel this. You can see that beautiful reveal. So we've got the N and the J. I'm kicking myself here. Do you know what I did? I caught it on the sellotape. Caught it on the sellotape before I put it on. And that's why I shouldn't really have used that bit. I should have used another bit. But you can see how where we foiled it, we've foiled it absolutely perfectly. And in true Sara style, you will be pleased to know that just in case I did a bit of a boo-boo, we've always got one ready to go, right? You'll learn with me. There is always a one waiting in the wings ready to go because this is live TV. Look at that, I've got all of those released ready, right? And then I'm going to use my top plate. So we're just going to bring that in, pick it up, and that is ready to take over to my other piece of the my mat over here. I'm just going to pop it over there and leave it on there to cool down. So it's just on my mat over here, right? So while those are cooling, and I've switched out for my perfect one, should we pop it straight back in and get the other piece ready? So this is if you want to do it in 2 pieces, right? Have a look, I'm going to try and bring the... bring my foil press into the shot here. Don't know how long my lead is. We're going to push it, right? I'm going to get it in the side. Right. So, if you want to do a longer letter than just those 4 pieces, right? So, can you see what I was wanting to do for the card was love. So, love is not going to fit in my... Do you know, I've got so much stuff. Here it is. We're not going to get all the letters for love in at once. We'll only get L-O-V. So what you can do, if you want to do that, is just pre-foil the outside piece. So I foil just the outside piece, and then I can take the letters for love. So L-O-V-E. Right? Let's hope I can get these lined up in exactly the right place. Just realised I've got no foil, but we'll improvise and get it ready, right? So line them up here. So L, O, V and E, and I'm trying not to leave them on too long. I'm trying to work as quickly as I possibly can and make sure you get everything lined up perfectly. So, you can use, I was going to use my pokey tub, I'm going to use my tweezers just to get them all lined up nicely, right? So once we're lined up and good to go, I've probably left them long enough already, just getting them faffed on, right? I'm going to use this excess little piece that we've got here because it's more than enough there. Yep, so I'm going to just pop that on there, and we're going to go face down, and we're going to try and get that exactly in the centre, but please do, I'm going to cut this a little bit smaller so it's easier. Please do bear with me because we are live here, folks, and when you're doing this at home, you're not going to put yourself under as much pressure. So I'm going to get that lined up, try and get it just in the centre. You can tell I'm concentrating because I've gone quiet, right? Once we're on there, I'm going to try not to knock it, and we'll send that through. If in doubt, you can always go do the letters first and then the frame separate. But the point I was trying to make is do the frame and the letters separate if you want to go with a longer word. Just take a little bit of practice, this one, but I don't doubt you'll get it lovely. Right, so, ready? I'm going to use my tweezers. I'm going to pick all these up. So I'm going to do 3 at a time, obviously, it's what it was designed to do. I'll pop that foil press out of the way. And then again, when we get this, I'm going to give you this on the nice close-up, and I do that reveal. You can see now you've got those beautiful letters. Now, I tell you what, if you were live sitting in front of me now, I would be expecting a round of applause for getting that so perfect. So I'm just going to assume that you're all looking at the screen and applauding very loudly for doing that live on air and getting it that ready. Yes, me little fairy's coming to applaud us now. Thank you, little fairy. Right, here we go. So, I've got my base. I'm just going to do a little bit of layering up onto the base. So again, if you did get those nesting dies, the nesting dies you will find have all been designed to work beautifully well. So I've used the stitch edge in conjunction with the torn edge. So that's going to go on the front. And do you know what? I've got that lovely little piece just to finish that off there. See if I can get a tiny little bit of tape on. Yes, I can, of course I can. So that's just going to go and accentuate the corner. And then my base piece on here, again, I've got a little bit of the silver. And I'm going to pop the blue onto the silver. If you ever find that with your tape pen, you just need to roll it on a little bit. So we're going to get the blue onto the silver. Get that lined up perfectly. And then I always like to have it shaped. So if you're using this as a stopper on an easel, what you really want is you want that shaping. And then let's see if I've got enough 3D glue gel left. Yeah, to squidge out a couple of little pieces. So that's going to go beautifully on the bottom here. So that becomes my stopper. The stopper is going to go onto the base piece. And I do like, notice I'm switching between all my glues. People always say to me, how do you know which glue to use when, Sarah? Because I need a bit of manoeuvrability with this one, I'm using that Collall all-purpose because it's got that manoeuvrability time. So I'm going to do that there, and then I'm going to do the same, have the little bit of time to manoeuvre on the front. So there's our beautiful personalised card. A little bit, and that of course is going to have that stopper. I'm not going to stop it now because if I do, obviously the glue gel hasn't dried, but that stopper is just ready and it's just going to hold it there once it's dry. It takes about 15 minutes to be touch dry, so by the time we finish our live, that is going to be good to go to send out to whoever. There's the one that I made this afternoon, ready to do my live, ready to show you. So all we need to know is who is going to win it. Well, actually I'm going to pick you in a minute, because what I'm going to do is, the little fairies are going to come in and tidy up in here. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little bit of tidying up for them. No, I'm not. I'm just going to stick these on here and let the fairies tidy up. Why have fairies? Well, you know, fairies are so good, I wouldn't want to do them out of a job. That's all I'm just thinking about. Fairy Julia, want to keep busy. It's all about you, Julia. I'm all thinking about you. So... so there's my extra little set of dies. That's the first one. I'm going to just show you those extra ones again. Those were the extra 3. Remember, I'm just going to remind you again, that booklet. If you want to know all about all the different dies we've got, I'm going to pop the footy long thing. There it is up on the screen. I know that's a lot of letters, but basically in the body of the Facebook Live here, you can see there's the link. If you don't automatically receive our booklet, make sure you click on that link after you finish watching me, go through, you can put your email address in and we'll send you that booklet in the next 48 hours as soon as it's finished, and you'll be able to see everything we've got. So these are the extra sets of frames, because basically once you've got one of the sets, so for example, say you went for this set, you're going to be getting one of the alphabets and 2 of the matching frames. Once you've got one set with the alphabet, you're nailed. You've got the alphabet sorted. You're just going to want more and more of these. And of course, we will be having an auto-ship program, so make sure you watch out for the details if you want more of the auto-ship frames, if this is something that you love. But if you're just getting started, in each set you get 1 alphabet and 2 sets of frames, and we've got the lovely dotty one that you just saw. This is the first one that we worked with, and then just to remind you again, this one here gets you the elegance, the grande, and then the traditional alphabet scripting with that one. Just to remind you a few things that we've made, obviously other than the cards, and cards are fabulous, but for me it's about going onto different materials because you can foil onto everything. So this is my bag that I've made, okay? This is all done using denim, and what I found is, because this is one of my Sara signature, this is the only bag I like to make, by the way, folks. You'll have seen me make it tons of times now, right? But I love doing that, and I love showing you and having all of them. I love that it's kind of small, that I could foil onto the front. So you can foil onto just the front panel. It's the same if you're wanting to foil onto acetate. They do wonderful onto acetate. My absolute favourite project was this one that, who did we say had made this? Jess. Jess, absolutely love this, Jess. I don't know who on earth needs the water mat, but I think the gin mat would be getting a lot of stick in my house. You would also be doing the ale mat, okay, and the tea. right? So you've got lots of different lovely coasters in that lovely set that's got the drinks, even going onto the front of like an organza bag like this. If you're wanting to make little projects and you're just wanting to put people letters on there that you've got, that's easily done. It's all about, for me, personalising little tags or doing your own beautiful little books like this and then putting people's names. And if it's a short name like mine, you can use that technique that I just showed you where we did the love to actually put the love piece on. But that, to me, that one is my favourite one there. And do you know what? I'm really hoping at some point I'm going to be able to show you exactly how to make that. We're going to be coming in. But let's have a look what everyone's been saying, because we do need to pick a winner. Right? Oh, hang on. I've lost me. I'm on quiet mode. Right, I want to make sure I've got you all on here. Loads of you watching here. Right, Tawanda saying the coasters are very creative. They are really creative. Love them. What a fabulous Christmas gift. Do you know what? I love to home make all of my own gifts at Christmas time. And I think what a fabulous... It's just looking for something a little bit different every time, isn't it, Tawanda? Right, Kathy, maybe I shouldn't have found this broadcast. I was promising to be good. Actually, this broadcast is not what you need to be worrying about. This is just a preview of the show I've got coming up on HSN next week. So for those of you that have kind of just joined us in the last half an hour or so, the whole point of my live now is to preview 2 of my favourite products coming up next week. So we've already had a look at the foil monograms. We're going to be looking at the beautiful ornate edgeables. Now, you know we are world famous for our edgeables, but we've put another twist on them, and we've got some very deep, lovely detailed but deeper edgeables than we've ever had before. So that's what's coming up. But they're all a preview of my shows on HSN next week. So I'm going to be flying out on Sunday morning. Me and the girls, we all fly out to Tampa. It's a 3-leg 19-hour door-to-door. Actually, I think it's 21 hours door-to-door. We'll be there at about 6 o'clock on Sunday night. We are going to be on, we've actually got, it says Tuesday 5th of March. They're letting me do a whole preview hour. So I'm going to be with you at 11 o'clock on the Monday night, doing a little bit of a preview, well, a whole hour's worth of preview of some of my products that I've got coming up the next day. And I know a lot of you like to shop the day before, and they do have that $5 cart available on HSN. So if you want to kind of get ahead, and the products that you know that you want, they've promised me that the majority of them, it's just a few items they save for the evening shows on the Tuesday, but the majority of our products will be available on the HSN website by the Monday. So you'll be able to log on, order them all and have that $5 cart, and you'll be able to order them, just pay one lot of $5 shipping. And what happens is the HSN systems then close off at midnight and start the next day. So a lot of people always say to me, you know, I get really frustrated. I order something and then later it's, you know, it's told me it's sold out. Anything you order on the Monday, their systems shut down at midnight and your order will automatically then go into packing. So it could be getting packed as early as the Tuesday, which is why they can have the $5 cart just for one day. A lot of people say to me, well, why can't the $5 cart start early? It's just their systems literally lock down every day at midnight. And so you can wait till after midnight and order, then you'll only pay one lot of $5 shipping. But I know for a lot of you, it's if you can order the day before, you're guaranteed all of that stuff because your order completes at midnight and then it can be on its way to you the next morning. So what I did say, the bit that came up at the bottom of your screen, that is if you want to receive our booklet. So those of you who maybe don't know what we do, I know there's a lot of you watching who are firm fans. We love to see every time I do these lives, you'll know all about it. But we've been doing this for a year now. Every HSN show we do, a few days before, my team spend weeks and weeks putting together a whole magazine, basically. But it's an online magazine. We email it to you, or you can download it from Facebook, and basically it's a turning pages magazine. And every page talks about a different product. We have beautiful finished samples. We've got videos in there. If there's auto ships available, we give you all the auto ships so you know what's coming up. All the details, the codes, everything that you need to learn is all in that booklet. And that booklet is going to be ready in the next kind of 24, 48-ish hours. Depending on how late the team have to work tonight to finish it, if I'm just being really honest. So the team are going to be with you, and they are going, as soon as that's done, we're going to be emailing you out. So, I'll walk back over and have a sit down now. So if you want to receive that booklet, if you haven't already received our booklet in the past, so if you're not on our mailing list as it was already, all you need to do is you need to follow that link, pop your email address in, and we'll automatically email you every time there's a new HSN. I call it a booklet. It's more like a magazine teaching you what you need to know about it, right? So, right, so when a lot of you were saying that it was dangerous that I found this live feed, that's nothing compared to finding that booklet and having a look, right? So that was Kathy who started that whole conversation. Shivi is saying, I might have to get the bag dies to try on my new sewing machine. My bag's gone walkabout now, but yes, that bag, do you know what I'm hoping to do? I made that a couple of weeks ago now, and I'm planning to do a live as soon as I get a chance, because I don't know, those of you that know, this is our, it's actually our craft room. So back here is where we keep all our paper craft products, but the other half of the room is where we keep all the sewing products, and we have the machine set up. So actually there's no reason I won't be able to come and do a bit of my foiling and then take you over and show you how to stitch it all together, because that bag was done with my Sara signature, the beautiful So Lovely bag dies. Again, they're available on the HSN website for any of you who are wanting to have a look. Sonia's saying it's brilliant to personalise. Loving all the products. Can you use regular dies with the Foilpress? Pamela, yes you can. You can either foil the outline with your regular dies, or you can do die cuts and foil onto them. I promise I will do a whole Foilpress 101 in-depth tutorial class, and we're out of stock at the Foilpress at the moment, so I know if I did it now there'd be a lot of unhappy people in the UK because we can't, because we literally, well, same thing I tell you all the time, we just don't ever seem to be able to anticipate demand. So we had our 6 months worth of stock delivered, it all went out in a couple of weeks, and now we're having to wait until April to have some more arrive into our warehouse here in the UK. So as soon as we've got them back in the UK, and I know we've got them available through all of our major partners, then I will be doing a big 101 on the Foilpress. Talking about 101s, I have got an amazing big 2-hour 101 masterclass planned on the Gemini in a few weeks. So once I'm back from America, again, if you want to find out when all these Facebook Lives where we're going into loads of detail, doing the tutorials are, make sure you sign up to be on our mailing list, and we'll shoot you an email with exactly, you know, when this is coming. Everything, basically, everything you need to know if you're on our email list. So you need to get through on that link, okay? Now, we do need to pick a winner for that beautiful card that we just made. So, if I go down, oh my word, we've had loads of comments. Connie's saying, thank you for doing that 101 foil class, can't wait. Wilson's loving the live feeds. Sherry, can't wait for that foil class. Right, doing it really soon, I promise. Love that you've gotten into sewing and Sergis. Oh, Kathy, have you been watching my little preview? I've had a whole Sergis sewing class today. Bernie, my sewing teacher, she's been in with me all day. We've not been in here actually, we've been over in my office, and I've been putting our new Serger through its paces. Now I'm actually flying back out to HSN at the end of March, where we've got sewing shows and craft shows to launch the Serger. So fabulous. I promise you I'll be doing a whole Facebook Live on it before we come back out at the end of March. And actually I'm not the best person in the world to teach you all about that product because I'm just learning myself. So I've asked Bernie if she'll join me for the Facebook Live so I can show you a lot of the bits from a kind of beginner's perspective, but then Bernie will be able to go into loads more detail teaching you the advanced stuff. Did you know I was even putting zips in things today with a serger? I was serging zips into like little handmade bags. Honestly, I did not know that you could do that much stuff with a serger. I kept telling myself I didn't need one. I was quite happy with my little machine. I've now had my eyes opened to what serging looks like, and I tell you what, it's a whole new world, right? So, everybody's saying they're loving this. Can't wait until Monday evening. I won't miss a minute of your shows. Sally, thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing you. 11 p.m. on Monday night, I'm doing a whole hour's preview, and then at 12 o'clock, the official kick-off. I don't know what the today's special is actually, it's not me. So I get to go to bed at midnight, and I've got to be back in the studios at 5 o'clock the next morning, ready for the 7 o'clock show. So, right, let's have a look. Let's pick a winner, right? Do you want me to have a little scroll through here? You can see I'm doing this live. Scroll, 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 scroll. Stop. Oh, no, I've gone right to the top here. Right, let's have a look. Look at you can't win. That's 3 other people watching. I'm going to go down now, stop. Right. June Olsen. June said, wow. Right, June. Wow, indeed. June, you've just won. Oh, actually, it was M and J, wasn't it? Please tell me, June, that your husband's name begins with an M. That would just work out. And if not, maybe you could just call him Matt, just for the next couple of days, like Matt or Matthew or Mark, or, you know, an M name. Just see how it sticks. Maybe it's just for when the card comes. June, that's fabulous. All you need to do, June, is email prizes@crafterscompanion.com with your postal address, and then as soon as I'm finished this live, I'll pop through the office and I'll try and get them in tonight's post. If not, they'll go off in tomorrow's post. Probably would have been easier to bring them over and post them from the US while I was over there. Right, here we go. Demo 1, Demo 2. Loads of stuff to show you with these. Do you want to have a look? Are we going to look at the products first, or are we going to let's have a look at the cards. These are to die for, right? You know what we like with our edgeables, right? And these edgeables are a little bit different to what we've done in the past. I'm going to get all of these cards out to show you. They're thicker. They're a lot more sturdy as it was, and they just look amazing. Now I've got loads of cards to show you. It's kind of knowing where to start, right? Come on, I've made a mess and I'm going to be in trouble. There are 6 designs. I should have checked if they're coming as 2, 3s or whatever. I should have been able to tell you which ones are coming with which, and they were all organised, and now I've messed them up. Can you see what I say when I say they're a little bit thicker? So you can see there that this is how thick they are in the detail. So each one of these cuts over, and what we've done is we've done them now in an even more versatile format. We've given you the 2 outside cutting edges with a separate inside cutting one, right? So I'm going to show you how to position them in just a second, so you can do cut in or cut out. So they cut over the edge of the card like this, or you can use them to cut over the fold of a card. So if you want it protruding on the top of your card, you can see just how beautiful they look on there. Handbags, they're wonderful for handbags. And actually, look, this one is a whole handbag card. Now that is one of our 3D embossing folders. If you don't have that folder, I tell you what, that would make me desperately want it. I think that looks fabulous. You can use them on the tops. So if you want to use them on, oh, they're just not quite on there. There you go. If you want to use them over the tops of your cards. And of course, because you've got that 2-part die, you could just use the top if you're wanting just the shaping on there. Now, one of my demonstrations I've got planned for you, I'm going to show you how to do them over the fold of a card. If you want to do them over a diagonal card fold. I love doing them. You know the card that I just made for my first demo? I love doing them over the front of the card like this. Or into the top of the card here. And do you know what? This is a super simple card to do. All we've done is added a little bit of inking and then some beautiful papers. If you've got lovely papers, they are just crying out to kind of be using this way. These to me are the super elegant ones. So you can use them top and bottom as one larger piece. You can use them as a fold-in your gatefold cards. I mean, how elegant is this? And all we've done on this one is kind of made it stand up as well. So you've got that beautiful elegant standing. You can cut them in if you're doing easel cards, right? Instead of actually cutting it away, you can cut it in and then it stands proud on the front of your card. And we have got absolutely tons of fabulous tutorials using our edgeable dies. So if this is the first time you've gone for any edgeables, my word, you are starting with an amazing set. Now, before we do anything else, I must show you, we also have an auto ship program available with these. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to run you through and let you see, I'm going to show you the 6 designs that we've got first of all that are coming in with the, to kind of get you started. So these are the 6 that are going to be available on HSN next week. So the 6 that we've got, I'll show you them here first of all. I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to check, because we've got the auto ships for the foiling monogram, which I forgot to show you in the first half. It's not them I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the auto ships for the ornate edgeables. But these are the ones that we've got. So this is your citrine edge. We've got, and they've all got a card sample on the front, right? Then you've got your amethyst. We've got the emerald, which is this one here. So always a different type of look. You've got your ruby. So that's your ruby edge to it there. The one that's more a semicircle is the one that we're calling the diamond edge on here. And then last but definitely by no means least, that one with the beautiful heart in, which is your jade. So the jade I'm going to use in my first demonstration, and the diamond I've got planned for another one straight after that. Now, before I do that though, let me show you the auto ships, okay? Because we've got 3, I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 future auto ships. and I'm sure I saw that we had the graphics loaded onto our system, so I'll try and get them ready. Perhaps once we start the demo, I'll get them ready. Oh yes, let me show you this. So the first one that's coming, here we go, here it is, Florence, right? So that is your Florence auto ship. So can you see, in the auto ship, you're getting a further 2 dies. You can have a look at all of these in the booklet. This one will be shipped to you in June. I don't know if we've got the next one we can show you as well. No, that's just the first one anyway, to give you a bit of a flavour. We were kind of organised, but not massively organised to have them all. But they are all in the booklet. So remember, put that link on the screen again. All you need to do is click through on the link and make sure you put your details in, and we can send you that one coming up then. All right? Now let's have a look. Where have I put my tape? My low tack tape. I'll have to get my low tack tape. I've got more gubbins here. I'll have to get my low tack tape ready so that I can then show you, so I can tape these dies down ready to go with. Here we go. Let's have a look. I've got some in there. Yep. Got my low tack tape in here. There you go. I've got a refill one. Oh, let's have a look. Here's me one. I've left it outside. Throws it in. No, we're going to have a magic hand come in and passes it. Right. So let me show you. This is the first one I'm going to show you that we're going to get started with. So just to show you how to do this, what we're going to do, can you see, this is actually cutting along the corner of the card. So it's actually a really simple card to do. All you're going to start with is a folded card. Now I've done this one to 5 inches, so it's 5 inches square, and all we're going to do is we're going to lie this over the centre part of the fold, right? Now, and I think this is where it's going to probably be easier when you see on the overhead camera, right? And I've just realised on the right hand side here, I don't know if you can see that, I've just made myself a ever so tiny little mark. Can you see it there? Just kind of on the diagonal. You can just about see that there on the pearlescent. So that's just to help me line it up. Now the edgeable comes in 3 parts. So the first part that you need is going to be the top cut. And then we're going to want to cut in the detail as well. It's not very often you're going to use this part here, right? We are actually going to use it in this card, but you won't use that one as often. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up over that edge. So I haven't actually scored it, but what I've done is I've scored it to the outsides. I'm getting that on the outsides here, and then I'm popping this round. So what you want is for the outside cutting edges to line up against that line. And then you do need to hold it in place with a little bit of your repositionable tape. And this is our brand new repositionable tape, which we have, which I know loads of you have been asking for absolutely ages. And we've now got it available. So that's the repositionable tape. I'm cutting through the cardstock into my base plate. I'm going to have my clear plastic cutting plate, the top magnetic, and then my top cutting plate, and that is the sandwich ready now to go through my Gemini. So pass that through, and remember every one of these is a cut, emboss and stencil die. So the first time we pass it through, it's going to do the cut, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace out one black mat for the other. So what we do is we take out this black mat, which is our magnetic, flip it right over, right, and you can see where it's cut all of that detail. Leaves the heart here because we're going to emboss it. I'm going to pop my embossing mat on there, and we're going to send it through, and this time it's going to run through a second time and emboss. So the second time you go through is emboss. So once to cut, once to emboss, and that's what's brilliant. And if you want to stencil through them, what you're then going to do is you're going to add your extra, you're just going to take your ink and stencil through while the die is still in place, right? So if I lift that out now, here we go. And then you're just going to use just like a little pokey tool or a pair of scissors or something, and we're going to lift off our tape so you can see how fabulous that repositionable tape is. There is my top die, so I'm going to pop that back on here to keep organised so we don't lose it. And then our die actually just lifts out. Now you saw how easily all of that lifted out, and also can you see that embossing detail that we've got here? That's the difference. That's why we ran it through another time with the embossed piece. So we can leave our edgeable on there. Always the most popular dies we do, the edgeable dies. Everybody just loves the versatility in them. Now, here's what we do with this card, okay? 2 choices, right? If you're wanting to do an easel card, you would have actually cut it into the other side, and it's just going to pop up and fold up. In this case, because we're going to lift it off, we're going to cut it away. So you just cut up to that first piece there, which just releases this. And then from this top edge, we're going to cut down from the top edge again until we get to that first piece. And that is what gives us that lovely finished cut edge, right? Now, that cut edge, we're then going to use, I've just got a piece of patterned paper, and I'm going to pop that patterned paper on, but what we want to do is we want to cut and follow this beautiful detailed line, right? That is when you're going to come and use this bottom edge here. See, we've tried to think of everything. So, pop your paper on where you want it to appear. So I think I'm going to leave a bit of a border here and there, right? And then I'm going to pop this down here, just making sure, there we go. So that is going to cut away, just leave it there. I think what I'll do is I'll just trim a little bit more of this off so that it's easy to see exactly where it is we want to go, right? So that goes down there. And we're just going to trim this and make sure that we've got all that held beautifully in place. And I can bring in that little bit of low tack tape again, and that's ready to go on there. So that's going to go on the base cutting plate, and we're going to send that through. So same sandwich again, clear, magnetic, top plate, hold them all together, send them straight through your machine, and that's going to do the cutting. Now, if you've got your if you've got like an ink blending tool, you can do a little bit of inking. There we go. Use my blending tool. So a little bit of an ink blending tool on here. So when I lift this out, right, if we lift this off, can you see there, that is giving us that beautiful shaping. And all I'm going to do is cut up to the edge of this shaping here, and then from the edge onto there again. And that pattern, you'll see, will line up absolutely perfectly along the edge of our card here. Can you see where it just follows that patterned edge beautifully? Now all I've done with this one, and it's not, I've just realised the time, it's not uber important I do all this to show you, but just so you know I've done it, if you take your blending tool and just blend along the edge with an inked colour, you're going to get this sort of effect here. Just where, can you see the difference? So this is plain, and this one's been inked a little bit. It just adds that lovely finishing touch, right? So that I'm now going to stick. Let's get really organised and put this back on here. That's going to stick onto the front panel of my card here, and I'm using the collard all-purpose because it gives me the time to get it all manoeuvred into place. And that's, whenever you need manoeuvrability, you need the collard all-purpose glue. Okay, so there's that manoeuvred into place there. And actually I've just realised on this one here I'd already put my little pearl drops on. So should we cut to the one that I'd half got ready? And I think it just gives you a little bit more there then, because we're going to be sending this out to someone. We want a perfect one, don't we? So can you see I've just added some lovely little pearl drops on the top there. And then on the inside, all I need to do is put a little bit of the plain paper. And this, for those of you that haven't spotted it, this is the beautiful 6x6 card pack that I know thousands of you have got. This is one of our super duper popular ones that's got those beautiful little floral prints on there. And it just shows you, this is where we can be going with it. And actually I'm just going to finish it off here with, I've got the word love, just run it through the Xyron, and that's going to go down in the bottom piece there. It just shows you how quick and easy it is to make a really effective card like that, where you've got that lovely kind of fold, but most importantly I think it's having those beautiful, that detail that we've got there around the edge piece. So it's having that detail of that embossed piece. So that is one of those fabulous ornate edgeables. Now, I did want to show you though two ways that we could use these, right? And another way, another one of my favourite types. This is why the edgeables are so popular, okay? What about using two sides of the edgeables over a card like this? So the great thing about the edgeables is they're relatively inexpensive because you're actually only paying for a little bit of metal. If we had to buy a metal die to do the whole front of this card, then that would be, what, about $35, $40? However, you're only buying this one piece and we're going to repeat it twice. So let me show you exactly how it is we create this type of card here, right? Now, black card, because I'm going to gilding wax it up, black card is the perfect one to start with, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to take your black card, we're going to use the inside and then just the one outside piece. So we're not going to use this part here, we're going to leave this off, right? And we're going to pop this down here, we're going to position it here, and we're going to pop this end bit over the edge here. So what this is going to do is, you can see it's going to start here, it's going to cut all the way around and then cut off the bottom as well. So really important, we're going to hold that in place with a little bit of tape. So pop that on there, hold it in place with the tape so that it's not going to move. Now, a little bit of a tip, right? This, ordinarily, I would send through my large Gemini, because actually I want to just send it through like this, and this base plate is 8 inches wide for this card, right? Now, as you'll know, the Junior is only 6 inches wide. So it doesn't mean that you can't do this card. I want to show you a cheat trick, right? If you take this and you wrap it around your metal plate, right? What you're going to do, because this is only just shine 6 inches here. In fact, I'm going to put 2 pieces of tape on to be on the safe side, right? So I'm going to hold that in place there and there, right? So I'm wrapping it around my metal plate, which means I'm going to get a nice crisp cut into here, but better still, it's going to protect the back. So I'm only cutting into the front piece of the card. So I'm going to do the same again as we would normal sandwich. You're going to use the clear cutting plate and the top cutting plate. I'm going to put the top on there, and we're going to send this through the Gemini. Now, because that top cut is, it's working there, isn't it? You can hear it working. It's just at the top. I'm going to pause it and reverse it out. 2 reasons really. 1, so I can get a double cut through, but 2, save us reaching over and getting it, right? So when you see that there, and this is super clever, right? So when I lift this off here, you can see it's cut through. Can you see that there? If I just kind of try and tilt it towards the light a little bit, you can see it's cut through there, but it hasn't. It's protected the back, right? So we're going to do that, and we're going to emboss it now. Oh, she says as she's lifted it out, right? Let's have a look. I'll show you the cutting, and then we'll go and do the emboss, right? So if I cut this down to here, right, there is, you can essentially see the front panel of the card. Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this back on, and I'm going to pop this around the rubber embossing mat so that we actually cut in to that rubber embossing mat. So again, a little bit of the low tack tape, just hold that in place. It's as though you're cutting into the rubber embossing mat. So we're going to do the same again. Make sure if you're using the rubber embossing mat, you're not using the other black mat. That's the rule. Don't use 2 black plates at once. So I've made the sandwich up without the embossing mat, and actually we don't need the metal. And we're going to send this through now and do the embossing. So once through to cut, and then once through to emboss. And while we're embossing, I don't need to emboss the detail on the outside, so it can be organised, put all of our dies back into place. And one of the things, when we designed this packaging, we designed it so that you could keep all of your dies in place, so that you don't need to keep the plastic. You can reuse the plastic or recycle it, but you've got all the instructions that you need on the back, and you've got your little reminder on the front. So if I take that card now, we've got that wrapped around here. I'm going to take that out, and when I lift this off, what you'll see is with the embossed piece, it's going to give you loads more detail. She says just need to take off that bit of tape, right? So that goes back in here. Try not to make a mess as we're going. There's my top piece, and then all these just literally pop out, and then you'll see you've got that lovely fancy edge around the outside. So if you've got your little pokey tool, they're just all going to poke out really easily. See how easy it is just to knock all them out. You don't need to sit and poke them out one at a time. And they just come out there beautifully. Now, it looks good, but as with anything in black, it only looks good. To make it look absolutely awesome, you're going to want to add a little bit of gilding wax under there. And we're always trying to have the gilding wax in stock on the HSN website. So if you want to get the gilding wax, it's just going to finish it off beautifully. Always try and have the gilding wax in stock. And here's how we add a little bit of gilding wax. You're going to use a tiny little bit on the edge of your finger. It literally is the tiniest little amount, and you dab it off. And then all we do is rub it over ever so gently. So can you see if I tilt that back up to the light, just the way it catches the light, it shows that off beautifully well. Now, less is more. You can always add more. You can't take it away. Once it's on, it's on. So can you see that there? I've got a little bit where I had the sellotape on, but it's all right. We're going to cover that over. But that there is just a nice amount. right? If I just show you that to the light, you don't ignore my little bit of sellotape there, but you can see just that little bit of gilding wax. What you don't want to do, right, is if I just get loads, if you go straight from your finger and rub it on, can you see what happens? You just get way too much on and you just spoil it. Unless that's the look you're wanting, you know, if that's the look you're wanting, that's fine. But personally, I think that you might as well have just used gold mirror card. Right? If you want that, if you just want a little bit of a subtle feel, you're just going to use a little bit of the gilding wax. So less is more. Look, this is ours that we use all the time, and look how little of it's gone. Tiniest amount in there, okay? So, in the interests of not getting gold gilding wax all over the rest of my project, let's give that a bit of a rub up. Do you know another little tip? Our stick away, if you ever need to get your gilding wax off your cutting mats, or indeed your tape off your cutting mat, stick away is perfect for that, right? Now, what I have done, because what you would need to do is you've done that at one side, but actually you're then going to take it and you're going to do exactly the same at the other side. So you're going to put your die on here, and we're going to cut the other side, but you don't need to see me cut it again, because essentially we're doing exactly the same as what we've just done. And if you do that on both sides, what you're going to end up with is this here, right? So you can see, this is the one that you watch me do. We've just done it down the other side as well. And that is what gives you that wonderful shaped card that we're going to work with, like this. And then all I've actually done to finish it off is I've got a little bit of just, again, those beautiful pattern papers that we have. This one's from my Sara Signature So Lovely collection. And I'm using the Collal all-purpose glue just to manoeuvre this into place. Anytime you need manoeuvrability, remember you're going to use that Collal all-purpose. So we're going to manoeuvre that into place in the back. And then on the front, I've got, again, another panel cut. And this time I'm going to do the panel onto a little bit of gold mirror card. And then I'm going to do the gold mirror card onto the edge. And one of the other reasons I like the all-purpose glue is that if you have a little bit too much and it's oozing out at the sides, it just rubs away without damaging your project. So here we go. That's just going to give me... And it just allows me to manoeuvre that into place because I had not got that in the right place. And then there's that little bit that's oozing that I was talking about. I always make some sort of mistake, so it's nice to be able to get it perfectly right. So there's our base. And then all I've done is I've used our word dies, and I thought, you know, let's get ahead of time. Let's do Easter. So I've done Easter. I've done it first of all in the black. So I've got Happy and Easter. So these are just our little word edgeable dies. And you do it once in the black, and then I'm going to do it again in the gold so that the black becomes a little bit of a shadow on this. One of my favourite techniques to do with word dies, this. And it just gives you that really subtle little shadowing underneath. So you see we've got that little bit of black now. You'll see it when we get to close up at the end there. So there's my Happy Easter with the tiny little shadow coming off. Oh, or a big shadow in the case of the E. Let's get that manoeuvred down into place. It's just about taking your time. So Happy Easter, and then just to finish it off, just realised that, oh, do you know what? Have I got a bit of manoeuvrability time? Yes, I have. Right, so I'm going to lift this off, and I've just remembered that I was going to tuck these underneath. So I'll just put a little bit of tape down the two sides, and I'm going to tuck this round, and then we can pop it back on. So there's one side and the other, and then the collal does give you that time. Just put a tiny little bit more on to manoeuvre it into place. That's why we love it. If I'd stuck that down with a tape pen, there would be no chance of making a comeback on that one. So there's our beautiful Happy Easter card. And again, I'm going to be sending this out to someone. So keep your comments coming. And this card could be on its way to you. Here we go. Beautiful Easter card. And it just shows you the two ways to do it. Whether you're doing it over the front of the card, like we did here, on the diagonal, or whether you want to do it down the sides of the card like this. It just gives you two completely different looks. Now, I'm dying to know what you've all thought of the cards that I've made. So let's have a look. Let's get you back out and see what everyone's thinking. For those that have just joined us, because I can see we've had a lot of people just join us in the last kind of half an hour as it was. These are basically what I'm doing is I'm giving you a preview of what I've got coming up on HSN next Tuesday. So the shows, it's officially Craft Day on Tuesday the 5th of March, which means we launch at midnight on the 5th of March and run all the way through the day Tuesday, right up till 2 minutes to midnight that night. However, they've given me a whole hour at 11 o'clock the night before, so like an hour's lead in. So I'll do a preview of some of our top items for the day that you'll be able to get early, so they'll be available. A lot of stuff should be available on the HSN website from kind of late evening time on the Monday night. If you want to know all about everything we've got coming up on the show, we do make a fabulous booklet. And basically, it's like a mini magazine. It takes the team weeks and weeks to put together. They're in the last stages of just adding the last few videos, finished samples that the team have made. So basically, if you go on this link down here, or it's actually in the body of the Facebook Live. So click on the link in the Facebook Live. That will take you off to a page where you can pop your email address in. And once we've got your email address, we will email you the link to that booklet within the next kind of 24, 48 hours. As soon as it's ready, it'll get emailed to you first. It'll be available on Facebook and everything like that. But if you want to have a look, it'll be follow that link or leave us your email address and we'll let you know. Anytime we've got Facebook Lives like this with a preview coming up, we'll always email you to let you know first what's coming up, okay? So, 2 cards we've got to give away. 2 cards. Cherie saying she loves the classic elegant black and gold card. Robbie saying, are you the Today's Special on the 5th? I am not the Today's Special. I do not even know what the Today's Special is for next week. So I'll be as surprised as you are when I see it next week, but it's not me. I know I'm doing the 11 o'clock hour and then going to bed for a few hours and I'll be back up 7 o'clock the next morning. So yes, Fran's saying she needs to get some of the wax. Eric's saying there's lots of the new things already on HSN. That's fabulous. I know what they will be doing is as we find out what's being loaded onto HSN, that special catalogue that I've told you about, we will actually add the links directly from each product to the HSN website, so that as you're browsing through it, you can click through and go and see it on the website straight away. And we also provide them with loads of finished samples of the projects that we've made too, kind of to give you a bit more inspiration. Jean saying, I will be up late and all day on Tuesday. Fabulous. Look forward to seeing you. Do you know, I read a wonderful post was it last night I was reading? I think it might have been last night before I went to bed. And I was saying to people, you know, let me know what you do for the, no, somebody else had said, and I was just reading it and having a good bit giggle, you know, who else, how do you prepare for Craft Day? My life. If you have not read that post, go and have a look. Fans of Crafters Companion on HSN. Search for our group. We've got a group where all the chat ready for the HSN shows goes on and people talking about what they do to get ready for the shows. And I had an absolute blast reading through all of your comments. So definitely go and have a look. Oh, the TS's brother. Oh, thank you very much for letting me know, Gail. Oh, so that's probably going to be Julie. So I look forward to seeing Julie with the Today's Special. Robbie said she loves the pre-sale catalogue. Sue says, thanks for the link. That's brilliant. Tony says, Sarah, you're always the special one, even if I'm not the Today's Special. Oh, thank you. People saying loads more to add to my CC collection. Love the Easter card. People are loving the Easter card. People get sleep deprivation, real big thing on Craft Day. It's lovely to read what everybody thinks. Right. Judy says she wants those edge dyes. They're beautiful. They are indeed beautiful. So, right, here we go. Oh, Kathy asked what colour of gilding wax did I use, where have I put it? This is the King Gold that I used on there, Jackie. I hope that kind of answers it. People saying they can't wait for March 5th, can't wait for the booklet. Cards are fabulous. People are going to be having lots of coffee that day. Loving everything. June says, I hope I got your address. If you win any of our cards, you email prizes@crafterscompanion.com and they go straight through my office and they let me know who to ship the cards out to. Speaking of which, we need to pick 2 winners, right? So for the 2 cards we've just done, let's have a look through. I'm going to have a scroll through, right? We are going to send 1 to, here we go, Connie Horrell. Thank you for doing the 101 foil class. Can't wait. Connie, you've just won one of the cards. Congratulations. All you need to do is email prizes@crafterscompanion.com. And then the last one, here we go. Nitsa Avelius, thank you for always bringing us such great products. If you're still watching Nitsa as well, all you need to do is email your postal address to prizes@crafterscompanion.com. Right. I guess I better go and get sorted. All these last minute samples, it's going to be too late now to ship them. I'm going to go and get them all packed into my case. This is my last day in the office before I jet off to HSN. I always have a Friday off. So I am going to be getting ready to fly out and see you on Sunday. So I take the early flight on Sunday morning. I should be landing stateside, your neck of the woods, or around about 6 o'clock, hopefully. All being well, touch wood, flights permitting on Sunday evening. Set up day all day Monday. We've got all the girls here, loads of help, so I should have plenty of time to do loads of behind the scenes kind of pictures and little videos showing you everything we've got going on. All of that, by the way, if you aren't already a member of our fan group, we have a phenomenal group called Fans of Crafters Companion on HSN. We pretty much do what it says on the tin. If you love watching us on HSN, everything you need to know about the shows, all the behind the scenes, sneak peeks, the gossip, the girls showing you the cards they've made, everything like that will all be in that group. So if you're not already a fan, go and request membership to that group and we will get you signed up and in the group so you can keep up with us ahead of the shows. I'll be chatting with everybody throughout the shows and in the run up to the shows and sending pictures on my travels on the way over there. Anytime I can fit in Facebook Lives, I absolutely will. I'm hoping I might get another one done tomorrow night. So if you want to know about any Facebook Lives I'm doing, you just need to make sure you are on our email list. And to get on that list, just need to follow the link that we've got in the body of the Facebook Live text here. It'll take you through to sign up. Get signed up, pop your email address in there. We'll send you details of the next Facebook Lives we've got, and also we will be sending you details of the catalogue. It's not really a catalogue, it's more a magazine with all of the turn and page magazine that we've got for the shows with details of all the products on there. I'm going to go. I know I've missed loads of the comments here, so I've got another couple of hours before I need to go and pick the kids up from the grandparents tonight. So I'll go and check any of your comments that I've missed or any questions you've been asking. I'll get a chance to answer them straight away and hopefully see you beforehand, but if not, loads of gossip will be coming up stateside from Sunday onwards, and I will see you at HSN at 11 o'clock on Monday night and throughout the day on Tuesday. Right, have a super weekend if I don't see you before. Lots of love. Bye bye.